Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to the rapid reaction of uh, Wrestlepalooza. The generator said Lollapalooza was there for a second, but it's Wrestlepalooza. All right, first one on ESPN. To be honest, probably isn't too memorable. Not really memorable things to go down here. But we had some nice action, very entertaining one. And we'll see what else happens. So let's go ahead. As Trick Williams would say, let's go ahead. Let's talk about it. The first match was Cena and Lester, and you have to wonder, like, why were Cena and Lester? It was, 'cause at one point they were calling Cena and Lester the main event, the headliner, but then all of a sudden they said they were gonna kick. It was gonna just to kick off the show. You wonder why was he gonna kick off the show? And I finally realized why it was going to kick off the show because they wanted to have, you know, what people were maybe the most interested in, which was Brock Lesnar, be on at the same time that AEW All Out was probably would probably still be on. So then that would be the competition. It would be Cena and Brock versus whatever else was on at All Out. So just another thing that WWE is trying to do to try and make AEW look bad. And I really wish they would stop worrying about them and just do themselves. Really, just go ahead and just do yourselves. You know, don't do random events to counteract shows. Don't put on shows at the same time as they are or anything like that. You don't need to do that. You're better than them. Act like Jesus Christ. Anyway, Lesnar was the match, and this was kind of a Lesnar type beatdown. There was 7 F5s. There was a few suplexes. John Cena getting a couple AAs, but Brock Lesnar won. And I know there were a lot of people on the internet and were like, well, wait a minute, what happened? What happened? And what happened? This was it. This was all it was going to be. But this is what all it needed to be. I don't think John Cena needed to like kick out of so many L5. He didn't need to. He didn't need to. You know, excuse me. He didn't need to get back at Brock Lesnar for 14 years ago or 11 years ago. Excuse me, when he dominated John Cena. That didn't need to happen. This was what it needed to be. And it was like that for two reasons. One, John is still doing movies, so he can't take all those duplexes and probably can't wrestle a physical the kind of match that Brock Lesnar likes to wrestle a physical hard hitting match. He can't do that. Again, I'm surprised that he did what he did at SummerSlam, but maybe that was to make good. So whatever it was. But it's all it needed to be. Brock Lesnar won, and there's some people saying that this maybe will lead to something later on down the line. We have 4 dates left of John Cena. 4 dates left. I am thinking one of those dates is the December 14th show, on Saturday Night's Main Event, and I'm guessing the other one will be in Australia. Those are two right there. So you got 2 other days. You're not going to spend your 2 other events on Brock Lesnar. At least I wouldn't think about it. That's not what I would do. So I don't think that John Cena is going to get an opportunity to to get his revenge on Brock Lesnar. This was what it was, and again, like I said, I think that's all it needed to be. Brock Lesnar won. I gave it 2 stars. Next match was the Usos versus Division. This match was okay. This match was okay. Um, thought it was your basic tag formula with a couple of hiccups in there with them allowing them to use chairs in the match and everything like that. Yeah, for some reason, and a table. So I'm not sure about that. You know, something happened to Jay Uso. I think when he hit is it Bronson or Braun Breaker in the back where the chair, the Ricochet maybe caught him and cut him open because in the middle of the match he was bleeding. Um, so that was that. But Braun and Bronson got the victory over them, which I was kind of shocked to see them do that. The Braun Breaker speared him onto the table in the corner, and then Bronson hit the tsunami for the victory. Again, a simple tag match, no decent. Other than the man in the chairs, there was nothing. Nothing special. It was like I said, it was okay. It was average. I gave it 2 and 3/4 stars. Next was the Women's World Championship match. I be very honest with you. Now again, I thought this was a good match, good enough that I gave it 4 stars. But can you really be disappointed at a 4-star match? I guess when you think that it's going to be this amazing 4.5, 4 and 3/4, maybe even 5-star classic that comes from Stephanie McCurry and what people are calling Io Sky the best, female wrestler in the world right now. You thought you might see it, but you didn't. I thought the work was great. I thought they were doing some great stuff in the ring. The dragon screws always look great from Stephanie Recur. And I thought they were having a tremendous match. There was no interference from Oscar or Kyrie Sane or anything like that. This was a straight up one-on-one match, and it was good. And it ended with Stephanie Recur hitting the spiral tap for the victory and becoming the new women's world heavyweight champion. So good on her. Like I said, I give it 4 stars. Nice moment after the match where they congratulated each other and did their rituals that I guess you would do. And so yeah, really good. Stephanie went out, hugged her father who was there for the first time watching her wrestle. I think she said. So it was really good. It's a really good match, but also disappointing because maybe thought it was going to be a little bit more. Next, the mixed tag match: CM Punk and Becky Lynch versus Seth Rollins and no, CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I almost said that wrong. You want to talk about some template? This is a template mixed tag match. The men's, were working and they were working first and and they used all of the tag tropes that you use, right? They used the hot tag not seen by the referee. You see Becky Lynch pulling down AJ off of the ring apron so Punk can't tag in. This was beautiful, I think, for a second. Um I will say this. At one point, AJ Lee was starting to like windmill her arms, at Becky Lynch. That didn't necessarily look too good. I'm not sure what that was about. Um, and she looked like this. It looked like she was having trouble getting into her Black Widow submission, the octopus stretch. Um, and that was also kind of strange as well. But listen, ring rust. She's been gone 10 years. She probably is. She probably hasn't she probably the first time she probably took a bump was it was since 2014 or 2015 or something. That's probably the last time she took a bump. So I'll give her this match to do some stuff, and maybe they don't look as on point as you would like them to look. It's really good heel work coming from Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Really, really fun stuff. Becky Lynch taking all the shortcuts on her. You kind of thought that maybe you might see from GTS her, but instead he went for the sharpshooter, which was totally fine as well. Um, Match ended when AJ and Punk had cleared off the tables, and um, they were going for uh, GTS hmm, excuse me, in a manhandle slam. And then the Rollins just reversed it. Um, and then Punk was able to reverse, or no, I think Punk and AJ reversed it again, but then when I think Becky started, and Becky threw AJ into Seth to make them both fall. The table had broke. Um, and then Becky threw AJ into the ring. AJ was able to lock on her octopus stretch. Becky Lynch tapped out. Winners CM Punk and AJ Lee. And like I said, this needed to do because I think the next up for both are title matches. However, the next Premium Live event is Crown Jewel. And they have announced that they are doing the Crown Jewel Championships again. So, as it stands right now, your two main events are Stephanie Vaquer versus Tiffany Stratton and Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. That's what your matches are right now. I think there are. I think you get towards the end of the month next month for Crown Jewel, so they could each do like a title match, for each champion. To make in fact, Stephanie Tiffany has one next Friday on SmackDown, a triple threat between her, Jade, and Nia. So we'll have to see where that goes. But yeah, I thought this was great. I thought this match tonight, I give it 4 and a quarter star. And then finally, the WWE title match between Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. A lot of people are wondering, okay, so if Lesnar and Cena are not the champion, are not the main event, and Punk, AJ, Rollins, Becky isn't the main event, then something's must gonna happen here, and something big is going to happen. People are doing the Randy Orton heel turn, which again, I said this before. I don't want Randy Orton to turn heel. I do not want him turning heel for a myriad of reasons. One, I don't. I think he's doing his best work as a face. I think two. I think there's no. There's kind of no place for him to be a top heel. He's not going to be like mid card heel. He's going if you turn him heel, he's going to be a top heel. And two, listen, he's got a back, he had a dozen back injury, one wrong bump, and he could be out forever. And you saw it like with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, as a heel, has a neck injury and has to, and he also may not wrestle again. And we now have to shit his name because he may not come back to us, and he's a heel. So no, I don't want Randy Orton as a heel. And good thing is that Randy Orton did not stop anything tonight. There is still the post game show that is happening, and I'll see what happens on that show. I don't expect anything big to come from anything else on the post show. Maybe it will, but yeah, I thought this was good. I thought this was a solid match from the two of those. Drew went for the Claymore into the television light downstairs and on the announced guest again. Um, It didn't work. It backfired. So and then he couldn't actually run, couldn't do anything. Cody hit him with a top rope Cody cutter and a crossroads 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes still your WWE champion. So very very good, very very good. I gave it 3.5 stars. So there you have it. Wrestlepalooza, the first premium live event on ESPN. This is gonna take something getting used to, but this is good. This is good. It's good to have ESPN be a partnership with WWE. I love it. I love the fact that I can watch Sports Center at night and get WWE results on Monday and Friday. You're gonna get stuff tonight as well from the show, I'm sure. Excuse me. And I thought that was a really nice start. And we'll see. And they were talking earlier. The Miz was talking to not Sam Roberts and a lot of other Outstate Jackson Jr. and a producer from the Richard Eisen Club, Richard Eisen show, and they were talking about that how they've like got cabinets and then if you're walking you don't have anything or whatever because they're trying to keep the ones who want to stay, just something like that. So yeah, there you have it. Post comments if you're watching on demand. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let us know what you guys think about Wrestlepalooza. Give me your opinions down in the comment section. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. I am out.